Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Thomas Jefferson said, "If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done." Benjamin Franklin said, "Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning." Basically, get off your duff, get to working. You've got dreams, you've got goals. You've got to do what it takes to get them. Like, subscribe, comment, show what your opinion is. Let me know if you like what you've seen. And I thank you for your support. There has been a new development in that newspaper raid in that small city in Kansas. So, they've done a big report. They did an investigation into the entire matter of this August 11th, 2023 raid. The Marion County Record, the owner of that newspaper, the reporter, and the vice mayor's home. Now, this stemmed from a reporter uncovering private information, supposedly private information, of a conviction of a DUI 15 years before. That's just it. It wasn't a private matter. It was for public. It was on a public database. They are now charging the former police chief, because he's since been fired, his name's Gideon Cody, with charged with interfering with the judicial process. He interfered on a level that reaches into the Constitution of both Kansas and the United States, and only having one charge? I'm sorry. No, that is not the way it should be. Now, the First Amendment of the Constitution says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or the press or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. And in the Kansas Bill of Rights, number 11, liberty of press and speech liable. The liberty of the press shall be inviolate, and all persons may freely speak, write, or publish their sentiments on all subjects, being responsible for the abuse of such rights, and on all civil or criminal actions for liable. The truth may be given in evidence to the jury, and it shall appear that the alleged libelous matter was published for justifiable ends. The accused party shall be acquitted. This is what freedom of press and freedom of speech on both state and federal levels for Kansas looks like. And yet, Gideon Cody violated both of those. And that is why I have a problem with him only being charged with one charge. Okay, this raid started because it was a dispute between a local restaurant owner, Carrie Newell, and her husband Ryan, who were undergoing divorce proceedings. Ryan Newell told Washington Post that he was concerned that his wife had continued driving and received a liquor license despite losing her driver's license in 2008 for drunk driving. So, all of this was why the newspaper reporter for the Marion County Record was to print a story about this. This is a right by newspapers to print the truth. They may have seen that this could be something controversial and get people to read their newspaper. They could have seen that, hey, people need to know about this. Either way, the raid that happened should not have occurred. And a search warrant was issued? No. This is idiotic. Officers seize computers, cell phones, and reporting material. Okay, this is a clear violation of the First Amendment. It's a clear violation of the Kansas 11th Amendment, 11th Bill of Rights listing. And yet, Marion County District Court Magistrate Judge Laura Beyer, who has a history of DUI arrest and driving on a suspended license herself, allowed this to happen. I am glad that they looked into this and are going to charge Gideon Cody with this crime. But should he not be charged with far more crimes than this for allowing? I mean, this is abuse of power. He violated two constitutions. Don't tell me that there couldn't have been more charges. This is just wrong on so many levels that it ain't even funny. Now, look, I have never read the Marion County Record. I'm not from Kansas. I've been to Kansas, but I've never read this newspaper. But at the end of the day, I'm going to side with the newspaper. This is a clear violation of the Constitution of the state of Kansas and the United States. As Alexander Hamilton said, this is a republic of republics. So they now have to answer for what they allowed to happen. There should be a lot of firings in this, and there should be a well thought out process in answering that this never happens again. You and I both know that people should not be fined or attacked for their freedom of speech. And both you and I know that newspapers need to be allowed to operate freely. Since John Adams' presidency, we have been having to fight this battle. I don't care if you're liberal, I don't care if you're conservative, I don't care if you're neutral. You should not be rated if you're doing your job as the press. That's what happened here. You should not be attacked by the government for your freedom of speech. Now, can people question what you do and everything? Sure. But being attacked by a police department like that? No. This is why freedom of the press is so important and why we need to stand up for it. Even if we disagree with that newspaper, freedom of the press needs to be maintained. And this is idiotic. But hey, this is what happens anymore in this nation. They continuously attack free speech and freedom of the press and so many other freedoms. It's getting ridiculous. Folks, I just want to say thank you for listening. I want to thank you for taking your time. I want to hear what your comments are about what you think on this topic, because your comments are what's important, not necessarily mine. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're Democrat. I want to hear your opinion on these topics. I want to thank you yet again for listening to my video. Like, subscribe, and all that other hoopla. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.